Look, Ebro in the morning.
No, Ebro in the morning.
What is it?
Rosenberg.
In the morning?
UFC. Well, not in the morning, but in the afternoon, evening.
UFC talk with Rosenberg.
UFC talk, but I wanted you guys to be here for this
Okay.
one. Because I think Paige VanZant, who we have today, is a very special and interesting character in the UFC world.
Well, I'm glad this is UFC specific because you often do a lot of wrestling thing, also WWE. And also we just saw CM Punk going to the UFC over the weekend, didn't we?
Let's start right there. Paige, what were your thoughts on Punk's performance, if you want to call it that, from this weekend?
I really was in support of Punk. I wanted him to do well. You know, I saw a lot of people hated on him just because they didn't think he deserved the opportunity, this and that. But it's still an entertainment industry. And ultimately, he's going to bring entertainment. He has a huge fan base, and the UFC is all about making money, and CM Punk is going to bring the money. He went out there. I think he just went out there overexcited. So he had his hands really high, ran out, and he went against someone who has really good jiu-jitsu, and you can't learn that in 2 years. Took him down right away, and once you're on the ground, it's
bad.
over.
Is this
bad in what way? Bad because of jiu-jitsu?
Did you see it? Did you watch it?
No, I just saw the social media, so I haven't actually seen the clips.
Have you seen what his ear looked like after?
Oh, I hate
he caught
ears.
some blood, and it was kind of
I
cauliflower.
think we had a little bit of
bit.
cauliflower ear coming over from
I hate cauliflower
wrestling.
ear. Oh, it stresses me out. I can't see it.
It makes you nervous? It
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
This is what happens to fighters.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, I don't have cauliflower ear yet.
Is that something that is permanent? Like
It's from
once you
getting
get
punched,
it,
it's from the
never
mat,
goes
it's
away?
from-
Yep. It's permanent. I mean, you can always have like surgery to try to make your ears look a little cuter, but
It's
I don't
one of the
think most fighters don't care.
it's one of the prices of the game. How long have you? Okay, I know that you grew up and you were a tomboy and you were big in hunting and all kinds of stuff like that. When did you get serious about fighting?
Well, I didn't actually get serious about fighting until after my first pro fight. I was going to school at the time, training just for fun because I liked it. I had a lot of friends who trained. I took an amateur fight and I ended up subbing the girl in like 40 seconds. And then I got offered a pro fight. The girl wanted an easy pro debut because she wanted to win. And so she called me out. And I was a nobody, and she was a belt holder in all these amateur divisions. So I was like, whatever, I need the money. They were offering me like $2,000, which was like a lot of money for me back then.
I'll take it.
So I was like, sure, whatever, I'll take it. So I took the fight, and I ended up winning. And I was like, wow, this is so much better than going to school.
So stop right there. We got to hit that girl with a congratulations. You played yourself.
Yes.
Whoever
She
you
does
are.
it.
What's her name?
Her name was Jordan Gaza.
Jordan Cox.
Jordan Gaza, congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah.
Because she thought she was going to get an easy win.
That's right.
Ended up starting your whole career.
Oh, yeah, that sparked the whole career. Definitely. Beat her, which was awesome. It was definitely a war. It was a tough fight, but I beat her in her hometown. And yeah, my career just kind of took off from there. And I was like, wow, I like this so much better than going to school.
Wait, you said yeah. Where are you from? Yeah.
I'm from Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
You guys want to have some
I lived in Portland for 2 years.
Yeah, you want to have some Oregon talk? What part of Oregon?
Well, I live in a very, very small town called Dayton, Oregon.
Okay, how far is that from Portland?
Like 50 miles south.
Okay.
Never been.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't even have a stoplight. Not one. Like,
See.
that small.
Oregon's one of those states where you could be Portland, amazing, and then be in the sticks quick.
Like quickly, right?
Quickly.
Because,
Yep.
I mean, think about it. No one's even heard of, there's only a couple places in Oregon anyone has heard of.
It's pretty much just Portland.
That's
I just
pretty
heard
much
of
just Portland.
Eugene, maybe
Eugene?
Yeah.
Medford, maybe Medford.
Nope, I don't know Medford. Eugene.
I think that's where Oregon State is, in Medford.
Do you pick up Portland radio stations in the town that you're from? Or can you not even pick up Portland radio stations?
I don't think we could. I moved pretty
I was trying to
young,
see if she
yeah.
maybe listened to you.
I moved to Reno when I was 15. So I claim Reno. I'm from the 775. That's,
Well, here we
that's what
go.
I call my hometown.
Why'd you move to Reno? Your family moved to Reno?
Family, yeah. I just moved there with my family.
Why did they want to move to who? I don't know people
It's
who
the
moved to Reno.
biggest little city in the
biggest
world. What's
city.
wrong with you?
It's actually a lot more cool than you think it was.
Really?
I mean, I moved there and I had never been there before, and I was like, wow, I'm moving to the ghetto. I'm moving to the middle of nowhere, and I love it there, and I will probably retire there. I love it.
really?
Yeah, I really do like
You're a
it
big.
there.
What does it have? I know gambling's
Gambling?
legal, right, gambling.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
like a
mean,
mini Vegas, no?
not really. So that's the I mean, I guess you could call it mini Vegas, but our like strip is like one block.
Oh, okay.
So it's like really, really little, but it's more like the outskirts of town. We have Lake Tahoe, so I can go up to Tahoe. It takes me 30 minutes to
That's
go
the only time
snowboarding.
I've been through Reno.
I'm about to say you probably
It's to
would
go
like
to
that.
Tahoe.
fly into
yeah.
Reno, drive up to Tahoe.
Yeah. Well, and then I ride dirt bikes. I grew up hunting, and you can do all of that stuff from like our backyard. I can just get on my dirt bike and go
kill
go.
something.
Yep, basically.
You are truly an anomaly, by the way, between being a fighter, the dirt bikes, the hunting. You're like Joe Dirt's girl. Have you seen Joe Dirt?
I totally love Joe Dirt.
Yeah, you're like Joe Dirt's girlfriend in Joe Dirt. Like, I don't know where you came from.
I'm okay with that.
At what point did you realize that like you knew you didn't have the typical look of a fighter, and that because what I find interesting about you is the way that I got introduced to you is that I see you and you're like, here's the really pretty UFC girl, Paige VanZant, and then you see you and you get to do a lot of media. You probably got even to get quicker into getting, you got to do more media than maybe your record would have allowed for had you not been an interesting person, right? But people want to see you.
Yeah.
And then you look a little further and you're like, yo, we were watching these fights earlier before you came in. And you go to war with people. Like it's not a game for you. So
No.
when did you realize that you could kind of do both? Be the tomboy at heart who really busts her ass and busts people's asses, but use the looks to your advantage.
It's not even something that I have to try to do or it's something that I have to think about. This is just who I am. And it's like I am a tomboy and I do like punching people and blood doesn't scare me. Obviously, I've been pretty bloodied up in a fight or two.
Yeah, we
saw. And I don't know. I remember just sticking my tongue out in that fight and like trying to talk smash through corners. So it's like, that's just who I am. But at the same time, I like to look good. I like to put heels on and I like to be, it's just who I am. So it comes easily. And luckily, I've had a lot of fans that connected with that and they support me. And I think just because I'm different, it's something that people want to see.
But I'm sure you've experienced people underestimating you, be like, oh, look at that cute girl who can't fight. And then you come in and plow.
Yeah, I definitely would say my last, almost every fight in the UFC, I was definitely the underdog. Everyone kind of expected me to lose, but I kind of love being in that position because it's like the pressure's on them. Everyone expects them to win, and then they don't.
Are you, what's your specialty? From the clips that I saw, Rosenberg was watching some, I looked at some on my phone. It seems like you're most comfortable standing up throwing hands. That's when you're most comfortable. You'll go to the mat. You have some holds that you like. But it looks like you're most
now
comfortable.
she's famous, and now she's famous for her kick finish from her last match.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would say I like to stand up, and a lot of times I was really happy that I was able to show off that kick that I did because I do all kinds of really fun, like spinning stuff in practice, but I've never thrown them in a fight. And I just like went into that fight and I was like, whatever, I'm gonna throw some crazy stuff. Went for it and I got the knockout.
When
which
it connected,
awesome.
were you like, holy shit?
Yeah. Oh, that was exactly what happened. I was like, oh, she just went down. And like it took me like 1 second too long to register, and then you close in and you beat them down on the ground.
Is that a weird feeling when you kick someone and you realize that you pretty much got them, but for them to stop the fight, you have to get down and pound them out.
Yep.
Is that a weird? Or is there any trepidation about being like, or are you just thinking I need to end the fight?
No, you just think I need to end this fight. And that's what we do in training too. I'm on Team Alpha Male and we train hard. We spar super, super hard. That's why there's only 2 girls that have stayed around on the team. Everyone else has kind of left. So that's how we train. You go in, if you knock someone down, you go in and you try to finish them right away. And that's how we train. So
I love it.
You know what to do.
I'm into it. Are you working on anything as you become more marquee? People start to watch your tapes. They start to learn about your, your crutches, your habits, and things like that. I'm sure your work has begun to come away from some of those things.
Yeah, I think definitely in my last fight, Beck expected me to go to my usual style, which is close the distance and just try to like get him in the clinch and grind with him and really do like dirty boxing. And I didn't do that this fight, so she kept doing this, like, come here. Like,
this is what I prepared for.
Yeah, like, come on, like, Chloe, come here. And I didn't do that because I knew I didn't want to do that with her. She has a high-level boxing, and I don't want to get in the boxing range. I wanted to kind of keep her at a distance with my kicks. Felt her out the first round, kind of saw that I knew she was going to drop her hand to block the first kick, and that's how I was able to get the KO.
Do you ever get scared like you're gonna break your nose or get your teeth knocked out? It's something permanent that's gonna be,
you can fix
disfigure your
She'll
face?
fix it.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes, but at the same time, I love what I do a lot, and I've only had like 6 stitches in my face.
Where are the stitches?
Like right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so under my eye, I had some stitches.
Was that from 2 fights ago?
No, yes, okay. Yeah, that one belonged to Rose.
Yeah, Rose.
Thank you.
That was a bloody mess. That was
That's the one we saw?
Yes.
Yeah,
the 2 of you. I mean, it looked like a Ric Flair match from 1983. Like there was blood everywhere.
That was crazy.
I will say I'm really happy. now looking back, I've always wanted to get into one of those wars to see how I would react and see what would happen. And I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I can take a beating and keep moving forward. I can be put in deep waters without giving up. So I definitely learned a lot about myself and learned what I needed to work on as well. And I definitely am changing my style moving forward. So people aren't really going to know what to expect from me.
Am I making up that someone else threw shade at you? Was it Misha?
Well, no.
No, was
I
it
don't think
Ron?
Misha.
Didn't one of them throw shade at you?
Yeah, but
Rhonda? Was it Rhonda who threw shade?
Possibly.
Blonde on
But-
blonde hate.
Blonde on blonde hate? That's the
Hot
worst
blonde
hate. Self-hate's the worst hate.
Hot blonde hate.
But why?
That's
What
it is.
happened?
Oh gosh, just some drama, but it's in the past. It's all good
Are
now.
you guys good? How about that?
You're good.
Are you
Yeah.
good? Have you
All-
seen her?
All's forgiven. Haven't seen her. Not
Have you
sure.
talked to her?
Then again,
What
none of
would
us.
happen?
Then again, none of
Wait,
us have seen her.
time out.
This is a hip hop
This is
station. This is what we do.
specialize. Have you spoken to Ronda Rousey?
No.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Has your people talked to Ronda Rousey?
No, but we didn't really talk before that either.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
But she got slick.
Well,
Yes or no? Did she
okay.
get slick?
There was slickness.
There was one. I don't know if it was a misunderstanding. I haven't talked to her since
Okay,
then.
so
but
we'll let that cook. But let's not act like it's all good. Like it's not all good.
No, they're different. But you guys are different weight classes.
yes,
She's a bantamweight and you're a strawweight.
So she fights 2 weight classes above me.
Okay, so that's not even a possibility that we could really ever work towards. You're like 150 pounds.
Yeah, not
You'd have
really.
to
She's-
really step things up a notch.
Yeah,
Like
I would have
weight
to-
wise.
I would have to eat.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Hit the donut shop.
Right. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but to hold that amount of weight, that's what, 15 pounds heavier than
20.
you? 20
20.
pounds.
Yeah,
to
but
hold that amount
she's
of
a
weight
lot
and
taller than I am too.
Right,
Yeah,
so that conditioning, that level of weight, she's judo, right? So she's holds and all that. That's her strength. So that's
Are you?
a lot.
What do you think about what's happening with the bantamweight division and the sort of merry-go-round of the title right now?
I think it's great. I mean, and that has nothing to do with Ronda, set her aside, but I think it's awesome because it's shedding light on how talented these women are. And I feel like it's given these girls a big boost of confidence. So we're seeing a lot of talent come forward that we not necessarily would have seen before. Everyone was kind of fixated on Ronda. And now all these other girls are coming up. And
Well, that's why she's hating on you.
so-
That's where the hate's coming from. Let's
What-
talk. I mean,
what,
you're
because she
trying to
lost?
move away from it. I know what you're trying to do.
Obviously, she's doing a pretty good job
because,
too.
No. Ronda is throwing shade, not because she lost. People lose. That happens. That's a part of the game. But because she's accustomed to being the singular focus. And now because of her, instead of her being, how do I say, an ambassador, right? She's taking the approach to hate on the young ones coming up.
No. That's only
That's
one
what I
specific
see.
circumstance.
No, this is what I
No,
see.
you're being a
So
troll. You're
until
being a
I
troll.
see Ronda come out and embrace the other women and show love, that's why I'm at with it.
Okay. That's reasonable for you to be there. Now hold on. What was Dancing with the Stars? You were runner up.
yes, I was. That
My
was fun.
my dear friend Amber Rose is about to start Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I know. I saw. I'm excited.
What
Me
words?
too.
What? Yeah, everyone.
This is exciting.
What advice would you give to someone trying to make that run? And because it's real. I was in LA and I tried to get up with her and she's working. Like it seems like real work.
It's hard work. They keep us. It's like I was used to being an athlete, so I think I was the only person on the show that gained weight because it's not really the same as MMA. But they just keep you so busy. Like they keep you doing 100 things at all times. So I don't know. I would just say like don't focus on winning. Just focus on having fun.
But you were
like-
already a dancer.
Yeah, I danced all the way up until middle school.
Again, by the way, you want to get into the weirdness of this human
Yeah.
being. Hunting,
And
riding bikes, and also dance.
I was a cheerleader too.
And a cheerleader, of course. What kind of dance did you specialize in?
I did a lot of ballet.
Really? Of
Yeah,
course.
ballet. I did do hip hop, tap, jazz, everything.
Wow.
Yep.
Jack of all trades.
Wow.
There she is.
I'm an interesting person.
How was the money from Dance with the Stars?
Good, really good. I mean, yeah, that definitely opened my eyes about the UFC, and definitely I wanted to be like, hey, I can make a lot of money.
There's a lot of money
outside
out there,
fighting.
just so you know.
Yeah. So no, it was really fun. It was a great experience. But I'm definitely a fighter, so it was. I missed the cage. I missed violence. I didn't get to punch anybody on Dancing
I
with
like
the
how she
Stars.
talks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
she was like,
into it.
Foxtrot, fun. Not
I'm
like,
into it.
Foxtrot.
I know. See, when my partner pissed me off, I wasn't allowed to punch him. Whereas when my teammates pissed me off, I'll give them a little extra sauce on my punch. So.
Are you dating anyone right now?
Oh no, I'm no. Nope.
Why are you so aggressively single? Are you coming out of something, or are you just not?
No,
understood?
I've been good and single for a while now.
She's
Are men-
securing
Stay
bags. She's making
focused,
money.
stay
Secure the bag
focused.
alert. Secure the bag. Are men freaked out by you at all that you could beat the shit out of
Yeah,
them?
it's definitely a hard situation. I don't do enough, I guess, to meet other people. And the hard thing is guys get a little emasculated when they find out that I'm a professional fighter. Instantly, like the first response will be like, "Oh, but do you think you can beat me up?" Like
That's
you
ridiculous.
probably couldn't, right? So yeah, I'm like,
ridiculous.
well, yeah, I
So
get
corny.
So I'd be
Yeah.
like, yo, beat me up real quick.
Right. Why do guys take that approach? That's such a weird approach to take.
right instantly. That I've gotten that comment so many times. Like, yeah, but do you think you could beat me up? Well, yes.
Well, yeah.
yes,
Are you
I do.
are you a professional fighter?
I do this for a living.
If you had that conversation with Gennady Golovkin, well then, yeah. But otherwise, if you're not a professional fighter, why would you think that?
Yeah.
By the way, what happened with that fight over the weekend? I
He
missed it.
whooped his ass.
Ass whooping.
Yes. It was they exchanged, but Gennady actually got hit some, but he ended up getting the fight stopped, beat the hell out of him.
I have a question for both of you, actually.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to join in.
Rosenberg, early on, I remember I was a bigger UFC. Like, I'm in and out of WWE.
Yes.
I always have. Like, last time I was in, it was The Rock and Stone Cold.
That's a long time ago.
It was a
15
long
years
time ago. But have been into the UFC. Not quite a fan of every weekend. It's UFC number 4,000. Like, every weekend is a thing. But how are both of you collectively feeling? You as a wrestling fan primarily, who became a UFC fan, because I remember there was a time where you were kind of like, I like it, but I'm not all the way there. Now you're more of a fan. And you as somebody who's trained fighting, I'm sure watched wrestling when you were young because it was just kind of cool to watch. You like it a little bit. How do you guys feel of these worlds kind of coming together a little bit more frequently?
I think it's neat. I don't know how well things are going to cross over necessarily. I mean, with CM Punk, he's a very high level athlete, and everyone in the WWE, they are very high level athletes. So it is neat to see the crossover and to see who's going to be successful at it and who's not. Where we see people like Brock Lesnar, he was very successful coming from MMA over to WWE and then back again. Which was awesome. So I hope there is a little bit more crossover. And the WWE, I think, is an amazing organization. I was a huge fan of theirs. So I do hope to see more of the crossover.
I think if you and Trish Stratus had a match at UFC, that is where I want this thing to go.
Really?
Yes. Or Lita. I think it's cool. Listen, it'll be an interesting conversation. A lot of people are asking how WWE fans will feel because CM Punk went there and got his ass kicked so badly. But to me, it means nothing. WWE is entertainment. UFC is legit fighting. Are there other people who from WWE might have been able to do better in UFC? Yes, I think CM Punk was not. The funny thing about Punk is he was an amazing talent, but he was never the world's greatest wrestler or most athletic. That wasn't what made Punk.
Well, and the reason
his
I'm
thing.
asking is more because I see the UFC flirting with the need to continue to find cool factor to promote as well, as
Connor's definitely playing into the
Right.
Yeah, he's done well.
storyline.
Yes.
Like he wants to have the door open if he ever wanted to take that. He's opened the door.
Right. So I'm seeing that. I also see Dana White, having more of the standoffs. It used to be very professional fighting when they got up there. Now they're talking a little bit more shit. There's a little bit more standoff at the press conference. Somebody might throw a punch. Like he's flirting with that. How do I just that
Entertainment
level of entertainment and promotions?
Yeah,
right?
I think it's great because hopefully the UFC continues to build us up more as stars because we're at this high level of competition, yet we're not very well known. And you don't see that with NFL players. Once they make it to the NFL, all of a sudden they become superstars. Everyone knows who they are. Some of them. And hopefully that we can see a few more people stand out in the UFC.
Cross over to mainstream.
And cross over to mainstream media.
Well, I wrote an article at some point for Grantland that I thought Ronda Rousey was the first true celebrity ever from UFC.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue
That's a
about
fact.
You could argue about Anderson and all these great people from over the years
they
who
were
were big,
fight celebrities.
but they were fight celebrities.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And especially you'd have these people that were huge in the fight world. And even when I first got introduced to MMA, I would be in the room with these celebrity UFC fighters and I had no idea who they were. So, they were the older generation. And now hopefully as times change, we will see a lot more people cross over.
Yeah, but Rousey, that don't mean we cool. You know what I mean? Just if you're following along with
Hold
this
on, do you have to
conversation.
go? Are you going to walk a runway right now or something?
I think,
It's Fashion Week, some shit.
Jeremy Scott fashion.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
So I got this outfit.
Who's Jeremy Scott?
Gotta look
He's
cute.
a designer.
He's mage,
Yeah, he's
bro.
mage.
I've heard
I've
her
seen his
mention it.
name.
He does like cool
Adidas
things.
collabos.
Yeah, he's like a lot of animation,
Okay.
like Ren and Stimpy, and like really like
You like it.
Yeah,
You like
it's
it.
Well,
cool.
if
It's
it
fun.
once you,
Were you invited to the show, Laura?
Yeah,
Are you going?
I was thinking about it, but I
Saw
feel
Shady
I
was-
feel a little sick.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I know you're trying to
hold
play
on, but you were trying to throw shade at her.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at her for shading you back.
Exactly,
You
thank
wanted to
you.
say
She
she
hasn't
got
talked
invited
about-
and you didn't
Thank
get
you.
invited.
I just asked if she
Thank
was
you.
going.
You're a
That's
No,
all.
liar.
you're being shady.
You're being
I would have straight jumped to you weren't invited, were you, Laura Styles?
I was.
Well,
But she was.
see, I didn't do that. I just
Congratulations.
asked. I just asked.
And so
you.
Paige, we're not going to get you at UFC here in November. That's not going to happen.
No, I
Would have been fun.
don't think so. I wish that would have been awesome. I definitely wanted to fight here. I fought in New Jersey, and it was just a great crowd. So I wanted to come back here.
Do you have a cousin named Pepper?
I don't.
Why do you ask?
Went to high school with a girl named Pepper VanZant. Y'all kind of look alike. She was a cheerleader too.
And you're from, and it was in
It
California.
was in California, so I thought maybe California, Reno.
But
it's
she would
close.
totally remember if she had a cousin named Pepper.
Why? That's why I
would remember
asked. She
that.
said she didn't. That's what I'm just asking.
random.
So we don't know when we're getting your next fight.
No, it's in the works though. Definitely, I've already spoken to the UFC. I have a few other really cool things going on here in New York and in the Hollywood area. So
Ooh, hello.
I want to make sure I take advantage of
Ooh.
those and then get back in the cage.
Oh, the shade's
and
going to
ride
get
the high.
worse. The shade's going to get worse for you. Popping up in Hollywood.
And if you want to stay popping, just start cracking paparazzi. Like if they get loose, bow.
She can't
See,
do that. She's gonna
well,
get sued.
hold
And she
on.
has to deal with that.
Thought about it.
You thought
I
about
thought
it.
about it.
It'll be all over the blogs.
I mean, there's the few you see all the time, and you get kind of comfortable with them.
They're
I mean,
cool, right.
They might be okay if I throw one.
Right. That might be a good look at
And you would get a movie role if you took like a running start, jumped off the hood of a car, and was like, yeah,
And hit her with a kick.
wow. You know what
Have
I
you
mean?
named your finishing kick yet? Do people have a name
Well,
for
it is already named, and it's
It's
like
the-
I want to name it something cooler. It's called a kick the can.
The kick the can.
Can, yeah.
But you didn't make it up. Someone else did.
No, I didn't make it up.
So you got to come up with your own finish. Someone else gave you
Yeah.
the name kick the can.
Well, it's something we've
standard
worked
kick.
on
It's
and
a-
we've
Okay, it was a
trained.
thing.
Yeah, it's not like my special thing.
Well, yeah, it is now.
Well, now it is.
Yeah,
but
you executed it in the ring. You actually won a real UFC match with,
with
it.
that, yeah.
I think it's yours now.
I
With
mean,
that-
we could change it to like the 12 gauge. That's cooler.
so you already have an idea. The 12 gauge.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. So she just said it. She wants to be called the 12 gauge.
Well, no, that's who I am. That's my fight name.
No, so
now
you
we
want to
gotta-
put that on the
on the move.
actual
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
Well,
I
then
think that works.
I think that works too.
There it is.
All right, Paige, thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks.
Laura, do you want to have a little exhibition after the interview's over?
An exhibition? No, not at
Oil,
all.
some oil, some
no.
water.
Are you kidding me? She'll murder me. No,
That's
thank
fine.
you.
We just want to see y'all
No,
roll
thank
around.
you.
That's cool.
No, thank you. I saw that fight. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's the kind of blood you're not comfortable
Yeah,
with.
nope, not
You
me.
guys first, then we.
You know, that's even worse of a matchup. I think that could be
My
worse.
knee's gonna hurt. Then we got to see the hair on his back. It's all
Yeah,
bad.
no one's going to want to see this.
You guys, give it up. Give it up.